Hello, ladies and gentlemen. SeKo Starcraft, having some cocktail beers and bringing you some more professional replays. This time we have Liquid Zenio versus Dayshi. Now we've seen some Dayshi games here recently. Been pretty exciting. He's been a very impressive Terran. Speed it up slightly at the beginning here. And I'm glad to see some, reputable people that are actually the right people. I was watching a game just before this. The guy who named himself KT Flash. Most people who know Starcraft should know who Flash is, and the fact he's part of Team KT. But the thing that was really weird is this wasn't Flash. It's just some dude that thought it was cool to name himself Flash. I do have the production tab open so you guys at least know basically what's going on at this point. Oh, no Reaper Scout anyways from Dayshi here. Right on. So I was thinking, I watched through most of it just to kind of see. Obviously I knew it wasn't Flash pretty early on when he's just speaking good English and, bad mouthing with some dude there. But it made me kind of wonder about why people blatantly just kind of take other people's names. It's not like you're taking a name that's very open and out there. If it was just Flash, you could have been the Flash, like the hero. But in this case, you're just taking KT Flash, just a direct rip-off of somebody else that very few people in the world could ever aspire to be better than at StarCraft. So, and I'm from marketing. Like, if people don't know much about me, I actually do marketing. What that really means is that for the most part, I look at ideas and when I see something that has been done before, I immediately hate it. People who are probably watching enough commercials or advertising will think, well, that doesn't make sense for marketing. Most of the time, marketing just takes something that's hot and rips it off and makes it their own. I've come from a background where if it's been done before, I immediately just have to dislike it. There is really no other choice that I have in my mind other than to hate the fact that it's been done before. Good pullback by Zenio here to see that before the Marines see it. Good thing about this map is if you build your structures far enough over, that your opponent will not see the Overlord. He did not see the command center though. Anyways, back to ripping people off. I had this friend one time when I was in college. He liked to be the center of attention a lot and do funny stupid things. And we were trying just different marketing things back then to just get more used to the culture and get creative. And he would find things out there and be like, yo, this is awesome. We should totally just do that. And that would bother the hell out of me. So we'd come up with things that are a little bit more interesting. For some reason, I remember one of the conversations we had is he came up with this white guy's dance aid. I'm white, so I can talk bad about white people. Which is essentially just strings that you attach to your hands, so that way as you move your hands around crazy while you dance, your feet will move with it. It's just strings from your foot to your hand to give you just dance moves as you go about it. And I thought that was actually pretty clever. Then it turns out it was just kind of ripped off blatantly from something else that he had seen. So we decided we'd find something else that we could do that would seem very funny. And I don't know why it seemed interesting to us at the time. We came up with this thing called Slampons. Is anybody else old enough out there to remember Slam Ball? This is a nice little attack by Zenio. Oh, super supply block though for a second. There's this thing called Slam Ball, which essentially was trampolines. Basketball, which may have been the stupidest / best idea ever created by man. It died after a couple seasons, probably because it was more likely the stupidest thing ever created by man. But I remember when we were thinking about like how could you play off that concept of slam and come up with things that are a little bit more interesting. And there was this really crazy gross item out on the market called grampons, which were just a way to, they're like depends kind of garments. So we're playing with the ideas like mampons and slampons and just different plays on it for marketing wise of just the stupidest kind of possible aid for marketing you could create just for the sake of having some original ideas. And I remember we took videos of this. They're out there somewhere on the ethernets. Maybe someday when I don't feel so embarrassed about the stupid shit we did, I'll actually recover those and move them around for people to see it. Are we back finally at an interesting point here? Am I still at fast speed? I think so. Nope, we're at regular speed. Unless somebody tells me that I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure this is regular speed. Maybe slightly faster, actually. That seems a bit better. That's supposed to be the right speed? Normal? Going faster. This is taking too long anyways in this piece. We see that Zenio's trying to be able to control these Zerglings out here on the map, which he's doing an effective job. He's kept all of his hellions alive. Production-wise, they're pretty neck and neck. I mean, the Zerg does have an easy third base up that he's already just starting to saturate. No defenses here. So at some point I expect Dayshi to run around and do some damage and shut it down. No statics, no roaches. Creep spread's going pretty good. I can admire that. Lots of Zem drones. Yes. And here come in the hellions, as I had mentioned before. Will I take another drink of beer because it's awesome? It's a smart pullback by Dayshi. He didn't lose anything. And if he'd run behind there, he would have got clobbered. The thing for me is, I like getting out Blue Flame for my hellions if I'm going to be using for map control. I mean, he doesn't have any factories at Tech Labs. Lots of barracks. Neato. Spire is quite a ways. I'm not going to say it's delayed or anything. Like, he's finally got his 3 bases up and moving and he's getting his gas. So it's not going to say it's delayed. Yeah, fuck those creep troopers. But these guys have played kind of a no-touch 10-minute game to this point. And if Zenio gets up the macro that he wants, so you look at him banking that gas here, he's going to be able to get just a ton of... Ooh. Don't get too close to that there, Zenio. No, he's alright. Ooh. Oh, God. Oh, well, those both detonated on the Queen, which is actually a good thing for Zenio, as Dayshi takes the supply lead and has got a pretty commanding position. Yeah, I figured he's going to have to take out... No, you're not going to take out the rocks? Nobody takes this base, ever. And I just learned that this actually collapses over and protects that base. Canceling the 4th. There's a 3rd that looks like it's really just getting saturated up for Dayshi. I don't know what Zenio's going to do. This is pretty tough. Banelings don't even have speed yet. Oh, good hits, though. But that was everything. I don't know what Zenio's next move is. Oh, there's his Baneling speed. Here come out them. Oh, he's got too many Marines. What are these Marines at anyways? 1-1. He's going to target down some Mutalisks. Yeah, he actually is targeting them down to do as much damage as possible. So the next round from Dayshi's coming out, but that did even up the supply a fair bit. We'll go back down to normal speed because, yeah. Oh, another micro drop here. I don't know if we got too much time. Let's look at the resources lost here. They're even at this point. I don't think anybody has done anything decisive enough in the match. Canceling the 4th was good. Because... Oh no. Oh, it's over there. We got a shot. Oh no. Well, only got... Well, 2 kills. No detection over here from Zenio. That's why I love having up a Spore and a Spine. Like, it's not too big of a commitment to get up a Spore and a Spine and crawl out your base. It helps slow down drops. It takes care of mines. Oh, pardon me. Lovely beer breath here. Which you guys won't appreciate because this is on the internet. And you can't tell. Cancels? No, they got up in time. Yeah. It's interesting having a 1 Viking in here. I'm not too sure exactly what that's about. I don't think it's that necessary. Doesn't do that much damage to Mutalisks. Pretty safe 3 bases. Zenio's not really put any pressure on the Terran player since earlier in the match. He's just going to block the hatch with 1. I like doing the same thing. Finally a 4th base. This is super delayed, I feel, out of Zenio. Look, send like 4 lanes down here to start knocking this down. You need to start looking at getting up a better economy at this point. Dayshi's just pulling ahead, and he's not even doing that much damage. That didn't help, Zenio, no. Cancel another creep tumor just because. You going into swarmhosts now? Oh, man. There's just too much mobility in a Terran bio army. I don't think swarmhosts is the right choice. If it's mech, and they've got to move slowly, positionally, sure, go for the swarm host. But he's got these mutalisks. There's some missile turrets up, but he hasn't done any damage with them. Doesn't even really have that many. 10 is a bit. I think that fits into my definition of a chunk. That is a chunk of mutalisks. These guys don't even have speed yet, so it's not like they're going to do them much good. Watchtower's taken here from Dayshi. He knows exactly what's going on. He's getting close to max. Moving over to a 4th. Zenio's not even done his 4th yet. Looks like he might find a little bit of a sweet spot here to maybe pick off the extractor. Or just go straight after the missile turret. I feel that as a Zerg player, if you're not putting the pressure on the opponent, you're going to start falling behind. Because you need to take the advantage of these extra bases. But if you don't have pressure on your opponent, what's stopping them from taking more bases? Or stopping them from just going after and shutting them down? So I'm not really agreeing with Zenio's play to this point, and he hasn't really even gotten that close to max yet, considering there hasn't been pressure from the Terran in a while. And I might sneeze, just to warn everybody. Oh god. Oh yes. Don't worry, I'm alright. Dayshi should feel pretty secure at this point. I mean, there are some swarm hosts down. Lots of banelings. But with these widow mines spread out everywhere, look at him run onto creep. He's just not scared at all. No respect for this at this point. Cutting off the 2 bases, spreading out all of his units preemptively. And he's already up here putting pressure on this 3rd base. What the fuck? Oh god. That was crazy. There's some Marauders mixed into here, which are really great at soaking up baneling hits. Did he kill everything? Just barely. Was down here. He's got a great position. Lots of mines. Uh-oh. Oh no, Zenio. You must know there's mines there. Uh-oh. Blammo! That was a lot of Zerglings gone. 4th base is going to go down. Even if Dayshi lost all his army, I'm sure he wouldn't even feel that. That's a lot of army. I'm sure he wouldn't even get that pissed off about it. He's got such a great position with his economy and his production. Just good solid play. Probably need some more medevacs out here. 6 is pretty good. But if you got enough medevacs supporting your bio, you can take on swarmhosts pretty decently. Good splits. Minimize the damage there pretty decently. I just don't get the swarmhost transition. It's big bio, go maybe infestors, banelings, something like that. Yeah, he's right on top of swarmhost right now. Zenio can't even move at this point. He's just gonna GG out. I'm a big fan of Zenio, but it doesn't look like he really got anything done. 1 missile turret. Send you 10 mutalisks up here, and maybe he did try sending him up here. It is damaged. He might just be able to mass repair it. Just not a really great strategy out of Zenio there. It didn't seem like he had a really great mid to late game plan. And I think the Swarm Host was reactionary. I don't think that was his actual choice. If you don't have map control, Swarm Host is a pretty tough thing to be able to use. Anyways, another Team Liquid game. Hope you guys like that. We'll be back here soon with a little bit more pro Starcraft action.